Welcome to the Tactical Leader Podcast. We are doing an introductory. I'm going to turn on you while I do this. We're going to do an introductory podcast attached to the Tactical Leader, where we're shifting. We're shifting a little bit. I know you've seen a lot about the Battle Biz Summit. We're doing a lot of promo towards that, August 4th to the 6th. You might not hear this episode till after that. No telling. No idea where we're going to put it live because at the end of the day, that woman right there may end up killing me before then. So, overall, the new shift, we're going to have some guests. We're going to have ourselves a new co-host that I'm going to introduce shortly. Yeah, you're not on camera, so you don't get to look at it yet. But I'm introducing my better three quarters, also known as Taylor Merritt. There she is on camera. Yes, when the red light's on.
I see.
Yeah.
I see that.
Yeah, she sees it now.
Uh-huh.
So we're going to be introducing Taylor in a second. Overall, the goal is to shift things enough to move into the next level of tactics, right? When this podcast first started, you heard business tactics for probably 200 episodes or so. Then you heard personal tactics for another 200 episodes or so. We broke 400 episodes a month or two ago. We're around 410 now. And I think it's time for a refresh. I think there are great evolutions and chapters in everything that we do. And this is the new chapter right there. Bam. Yep. Let's close that chapter. And,
You're awful.
anyways, we're moving into a continued series. There's going to be a couple promo episodes here and there. But overall, we're moving into a continued series. We're really going to focus on a lot of what you heard before was from the battlefield to the boardroom. Now we're adding a bedroom piece. So we're going from the battlefield to the boardroom to the bedroom. And we're going to dive into different pieces about relationship issues, this type of issue. And overall, we're going to focus on trying to highlight tactics from business to relationships to things about not a work-life balance, but what's an integrated life look like? That's kind of the direction we're taking. We're really going to shift it towards that. We're going to still have guests on. We're still going to have experts, specialists on, but we're definitely going to highlight a lot of what we're going through. We're going to be very raw, very real, or at least as raw and real as we can be to start, and hopefully get more comfortable with it. But it's kind of setting the tone right now for that. That's what you can expect. And that's what we can look toward highlighting in the near and projected future. So I'm going to turn to my new co-host, and we're going to introduce her. A lot of y'all already know her. She's been on the podcast before. We've had some. Well, I think you were published on the podcast when we did the shop talk and all the nutrition and health and wellness stuff. And I do think that was like the highest feedback I had in a long time. Probably because it was just some pretty girl. Wait, I want y'all to see the look. There it is. There it is. All right. So for those of y'all on YouTube and on video, obviously we're going to flip back and forth. We're working on tech. We're trying to figure this out. This whole multicam adventure is different for what we're working on. So we're going to figure it out, but I'm going to try to give you the best experience possible. Mostly from my perspective, because I'm always right. And then definitely from her perspective, because she is always right and definitely right.
Yes.
And always right. So, Taylor and Tammy,
Yeah.
affectionately known as Tammy when she wants to act out, you're live on air on the Tactical Leader podcast. You are the Tactical Leader Queen, Queen Leader, Tactical Queen.
Thank you for being here today.
This is lame. This is getting so lame. I'm sorry, y'all. We're going to work on her. If y'all are just listening, she did. Queen Elizabeth wave. Do it one more time for those watching.
How was it?
That's terrible. Why
Yeah.
do you look like you're doing the wave?
America. That's all I can say.
Stop it. This is not a baseball game.
Go Braves.
I don't know what to do with my hands.
I don't. I'm a Ricky Bobby. That's how I feel right now.
Oh my gosh. The IQ up for sure. You like crepes.
No,
Either you
actually,
like crepes or I'm taking you off the camera.
I don't, and the red dot's still there. So
I just need a French man to tell her that she likes crepes. Oh wait, there we go. Now you're back. We're gonna work on this camera transition stuff. All right. So Taylor Ann, besides trying to propose to me multiple times, and all right, quick rundown of who you are. You're Daddy Tay. You've got all the fitness. You're the fitness queen. Keeping fitness fun. You're my better three quarters. I would say the woman that keeps me in line when no other has. Oh yeah, I said it. My mama's probably gonna hear that too.
that's right, Stacy. You heard him.
You're gonna die. Um, D2 Hall of Famer. You played softball. I think there are jokes to be made. Hopefully they actually come out, but your teammates will probably be listening. So we won't talk about Tiff, but we'll probably talk about SJ. She fits the mold of your softball players. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm calling them all out. This will be great. This is where also hang on. I need this on camera because I'm gonna die. I love SJ.
Me too.
I know. I'm giving her a shout out.
Okay.
So besides all of that, you're running a business, you're dealing with me on a continued basis. And we're going to dive into several things. This is really just an introductory episode. Pending questions, comments, exacerbations from the audience, because we're probably going to offend everybody we know.
Yep.
And I really want to give you an opportunity to kind of introduce yourself. They already know me. They've dealt with me for years now. I've dealt with you for years now. Yikes.
It is plural now.
It is plural
Would you
now.
believe that?
Wow.
We made it. So
Barely.
plural.
Tell them about yourself. Who are you? What are you about? How much you love me? The good stuff.
Okay. So some of that I can go with. I'm Taylor, owner of Daddy Tay Fitness. Do all things health and wellness. Keeping fitness fun is the most important part to me. If you're not having fun, what are you doing? The battlefield to the boardroom to the bedroom is such a fitting title for our lifestyle. I think our battlefields look a little bit different. Mine is obviously life that carried over into a wonderful 4 years at the University of North Georgia. And I got to shout out all my people at the university, my mentors and
Specifically
coaches.
Tiff. Your ex best friend.
No, she's my
Your
best friend.
former
I
best
love her
friend.
so much. Pro Diamond, by the way. We love you. Big shout out.
And if you'd like to sponsor an episode of the Tech
Oh
Leader.
my gosh. And some of my greatest mentors, Coach Davenport at the University of North Georgia, all that, the struggle before it, the happy moments, the sad moments, it all became great in some form of greatness and carried over into business, successful business owner. I absolutely love what I do. And then I met this bald, beautiful man that's going to change the camera.
Hang on. I feel like this is out of timeline order, right? We're talking about a Marvel movie. Was a successful business before or after the bald, beautiful, bearded, buff man entered your life?
The business, a ton of credit goes to him. Okay. All right. There's that.
You're not on video, you missed it.
There's that. Okay. Attention's off of him now.
Anyways, you have this awesome business.
Mhm.
Multi six figures, year one. You're about to hit your 1 year anniversary in a couple weeks.
I know, it's so exciting.
Right after the Battle Biz Summit, you're a speaker at it. You're running a workout at it. You pretty much make me do push-ups every morning. Prettiest drill sergeant I've ever met.
Thanks. I know.
Well, I want them to know, especially those on audio,
You're welcome.
because they're probably wrecking their cars trying to look up
The
your
hype.
profile now.
Italy.
On social media, where can we find you? Where can we stalk you? Where can we learn more about you?
You can search Taylor Merritt. Obviously, you can definitely search my company, Daddy Tay Fitness _ DTF. And then you can also find me
Yeah.
at Daddy Tay Fitness.
DTF, that's such an interesting branding.
Branding.
Keeping fitness fun.
Yes. Capital FUN.
Is that how you spell it?
Did you see what I just did there?
I did.
Yes. You're welcome. You don't even, I don't think it's carrying over right now in your brain. Capital FUN.
This is what I deal with every day. She tries to spell with numbers.
Fun. Fun. All right.
All right. So that's who you are. You're a Georgia native, Georgia Peach.
Born and raised, baby.
Monroe, Georgia.
Oh, yeah.
Monroe. Gotta love it.
Mm-hmm.
So stayed local, UNG.
Mm-hmm.
Did some awesome stuff. Moved into business. You're now doing corporate health and wellness, crushing life. You're the movement pillar of ATL Vets, my passion project, making veterans do push-ups again. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Push-ups,
Burpees,
carry sandbags, tire flip it,
more burpees.
run it. You name it. We do it. And we have fun. And we sweat with or for a vet every single day.
With or for a vet. Interesting. So can you do burpees for me instead of with me from now on?
Pretty much do every day, guys. Let's be real.
So why are we here?
We are here to talk about our transition, not only individually and from the battlefield, where that looks like, how that's carried over into the boardroom. So think business, and then obviously the bedroom into our relationship and how we integrate that. Lots of challenges. And when I say challenges, I mean opportunity. And I'm super excited to be here and talk about this because I know that I've learned so much over the last year and some change with Zack, with you.
Yeah, I'm right here.
Yeah, I don't know. I was talking to the camera. It really confused me for a second. With you. And I feel like we're almost paying it forward to talk to somebody else who is going through the same world as we are. All the happy moments, all the moments where you're really learning in the moment how to communicate, how to deal with conflict, how to celebrate each other. And I think that's really important in business and in your personal relationships.
So what are you hoping people take away from these episodes? The hopeful vulnerability, having the conversation comfortably and uncomfortably. We're trying to be relaxed with some bourbon. None of this is exactly pleasant to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
Continuously professing your love for me has to be difficult.
Big sigh.
Well, we're in a lot of transitions from moving to a new spot to business to travel to growth. What do you want to see these episodes accomplish?
I think that everybody comes from a different place in life. And I want people to be able I want to give value and people that are listening to learn and apply and hopefully carry over a nugget that can feed into something positive in their life, whether that maybe they're in a relationship like us and they're both entrepreneurs or in a really busy life where there's a lot of celebration and there's a lot of exhaustion. And at the end of the day, it's all a winning battlefield if you think about it. Whether you're going through an argument or a happy moment or failing at communication, I'll be the first to admit that I'm learned a ton from you and from the therapists and from just our network in general on how to be a better human, but also a better leader. So I hopefully they can take away the crowd or the listeners can take away nuggets from us on the raw of the happy and the areas of opportunity, if you will.
I think that's well said. Um, mostly well said. And just for the record, y'all, she has no freaking clue what I'm talking about. As far as questions to ask, there wasn't prep. For those of y'all that listen to my podcast, y'all know I don't put questions out. I kind of free will all the things. And I think there's a piece of this where we're gonna have to get used to talking to each other on the show. We're both talking to the audience,
It's super
and
weird right now.
it's super weird.
I'm like, do I face
It's
the
super
camera or
weird.
look at you? Do I, which one?
And at the end of the day, like the reality is most people aren't watching,
Okay.
right? So we have to discover how to talk to each other attached to this without it being like all like blah, which is like the weird part to me. It's awkward.
Is it awkward?
I think so. I just want
It's
to make
awkward.
out with you.
It's as awkward as you make it.
It's hard for me to like stare at you and not want to make out.
Oh, I feel that.
I know.
It's the bedroom piece, guys.
That's the better.
You're
piece.
welcome.
Yeah, making out is key.
This is also a nugget I hope you guys grab is at the end of the day.
Oh, what nugget are we
That
grabbing?
is your
Whoa. What nugget are we grabbing?
oh, that was good. That was quick.
I know.
Okay. Reel it in, reel it in. Come on. Let's keep it a little closer to PG-13.
No. We're not doing that. We're grabbing nuggets here.
Ooh. Tempting.
That's once the cameras go off. What were you saying? Keep going.
I don't know.
No clue.
Outside of your
So
ridiculousness.
I think this is going to be a learning experience for both of us. We both suck at communicating in different ways, in a lot of ways. But I feel like it's one of those that my podcast over the last few years, for like I said, the first 200 business, talk to CEOs, executives, some really high level people. The second 200-ish episodes, it turned into being very personal development. When I was going through my dark time, going through my bullshit, didn't really want to deal with any of that. And I ended up having a lot of mindset people and therapists and X, Y, and Z on the show. I think this one for me, what I would like to see the takeaways of like, maybe not the vulnerability, but the reality of like, this isn't an Instagram world. Shit ain't perfect. We post some awesome videos. If y'all don't follow us on, especially TikTok, me more specifically on TikTok, I have some amazing videos of her sleeping, dancing in airports randomly. We post a lot of fun. We're highlighting the glamour. But I think there are a lot of capacities of where what we're doing isn't glamorous after the stress, the long days, the hangriness.
Oh yeah. That's a good
You
one
did
right
eat
there.
today, right?
Yeah, I ate right before here, which is
Okay,
like
thank God. I think that's like a real thing though, right? Like up and downs all around. And we gotta talk about those things. So I think one thing I would encourage the people listening, people watching, um, submit questions, hit us up, DM us, follow us, connect with us. You're gonna find me on LinkedIn more than anything. Zack Knight across everything. Please don't put Zack Knight because it's some indie pop star with beautiful hair. It really is.
that's insulting.
It's terrible, but also pretty impressive.
I bet he does that for real.
I bet he does with his hair.
He did that on purpose.
I bet he did. Try to steal my thunder. But the reality of it is like there's an indie pop star, has beautiful hair, and is a singer, dancer. Can't dance as good as me. But Zack Knight, Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, hit me up. I love no questions. I don't know about you.
Yeah.
I think a lot of what would drive this conversation is pushing us to answer questions with relatability. I'd love to hear if people what they're struggling with anonymously and keep it anonymous, right? But if they're going through a struggle, how have we dealt with it? How would we deal with it? I think we have a very unique relationship where we've dealt with a lot in a very short time.
Yeah.
And I think for our age, you're about to turn 40.
30, baby.
You're about to turn 30. I'm turning 35 tomorrow. I know. I wish I could lose more hair, but it's not possible.
You did so good.
I have a gray hair in my beard. I don't know what to do with my life. I know she loves it, guys.
Love it.
But I think in a very short timeline, I've lived a hell of a life. I think you've lived an extraordinary life yourself. And I think we've been together what, like 18 months ish, not even quite 15 months,
Give or take.
you know? give or take, depending on when we want to start the clock.
Oh,
Oh yeah,
shots fired.
that wasn't shots fired. That was more of a very, very friendly friendship prior to
Yes,
dating.
I gotcha. That's kind of what I meant.
Give or take. Oh, I know. I just wanted to point it out. But there was a part of a baseline friendship we had
Mhm.
that started us, and I think that's a piece of we've gone through a lot in a short time frame, and I think we could maybe not give. I hope might be too strong a word, but realization of relativity.
Okay.
Everybody goes through their fucking shit. We're no different. We can highlight. We might be, probably are, so much fucking worse in a lot of capacities than people realize. The push-ups you make me do,
Oh my God, get out
the
of here.
wake up roars that you do,
Yes, war cries are necessary.
war cry every freaking morning. I'm over here listening to the Rockies theme song and I hear war cry come out. But I think that's like my end goal, right? Have connectivity, relatability with the audience, help put context around negative situations. We might not always be talking about our own situations initially, but if there's a concept presented, I would love to discuss that with you. I think that's a big piece for me. Um, I'd be curious, shifting back to your view of what we want to accomplish. Are you looking for insights, feedback, back and forth with the audience? There's a piece of I think we should go live at some point. I think it'd be fascinating,
Mhm.
whether or not we monitor it while we're recording. But I think it's a fascinating piece where we could go live on Facebook or LinkedIn if I could ever get that approved. Oh, it's difficult.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's a pain in the tush.
Clearly, I'm more on the other social media platforms, hence health and wellness, fitness piece.
Yeah, but it's hard to go live on LinkedIn or Instagram because it's like phone based, app based.
Ah, I see, I
So
see.
through Zoom, we can go live on several platforms. We might switch this to StreamYard, which opens up a couple different things. But overall, the goal would be to understand that connectivity piece in my mind. I'm curious from your perspective, are you wanting to really dissect our own stuff, dive into direct help of others, a mix of both, connectivity, interactivity, or just record alone drinking bourbon and keep this our diary log of never telling anybody about it happening?
There's a lot of points I would love to hit. So, first of all, we are not perfect. He's emphasized that, and we're never going to be perfect, and I'm okay for that. I'm always um willing to be a student. So I'm super open to feedback. I love to learn. I can be objective in 99% of things. So I'd love to get feedback. I'd love questions. Let us sit in your shoes. If we don't know an answer, we can sure as hell try our best to relate, give the best feedback or relatability attached to what we give. But we want our audience to enjoy this, and we want to sit in your shoes. We want to get down in the trenches because we have been in the trenches with each other for a while now. It feels a lot longer. I'm pretty sure that's a good thing.
Pretty much where I got my gray hairs from.
There you go. Or no hair. Ew, is that too
The army gifted me
close to
that.
home?
Yeah, thanks.
But yeah, let us sit in your shoes, ask questions, give feedback. Again, we're always students. If you're not learning, you're not growing, whether it's something.
Okay, Tommy Breedlove.
It's true. It's so true.
Give him a shout out real quick.
There you go. Tommy Breedlove. Be legendary. Legendary movement, battle, ATL vets, Daddy J Fit. You know, we could name them all.
He accepted the board position, by the way.
I love that guy.
Yeah. I was talking to him earlier.
What a champion.
Super side note attached to it. Sorry, but I'm super excited to have him at the Biz Summit.
I'm pumped.
And his like 18 team members.
Phenomenal, guys. Follow that guy. He's
except for that little Wonder Woman girl.
Which one?
The one
Erica,
that,
Brooke,
no,
Danielle.
Brooke, the Wonder Woman, always does the Wonder Woman pose.
She's great.
Way intimidating. Makes you want to do push-ups.
She's like a baby, and she's incredible. I know. I love her. She's like my little baby spirit animal.
Anyways, keep going.
No, so again, let us sit in your shoes. open to feedback. Please help us get your story out there. I think one of the greatest ways to pay something forward is to be able to tell someone else's story and the impact that it could affect on many others, not just our own. And I know that getting feedback and having the questions, it can impact our lives as well. So I'm super open to so many things. So shoot your shot.
Shoot your shot.
There you go.
Really? That's what we're going to go with, the shoot your shot.
I mean that professionally.
Oh, do you?
Yes.
Is that kind of like a ready, aim, fire thing? Ready, fire, aim.
Maybe I'm not up to language with the new kids. Ooh. I am
Shoot
30 after all.
Yeah, you are 30 years old. So I'm going to put you on the spot.
Okay.
And I'm curious. I know we're going to have to get more bourbon and more comfortable seating arrangements.
Yeah.
I'm big about aesthetics, guys. And if you're watching, I'm not comfortable. She's shifted 18 times, but we do have our damn Christmas tree up still.
I love it.
Christmas in July.
We
You
have
gotta
our
love it.
T-Rex ornament and representing me, our little Pooh Bear.
Little T-Rex. No, that's definitely me being the Pooh Bear.
Honey
You're the honey pot for sure. All the jokes. Anyways, put you on the spot. What is one struggle you're facing right now between us that you're willing to share?
You want me to share that?
I said that you're willing to share.
I mean, I'm willing to share.
I mean, we got all the issues. So,
Oof.
And this is like real talk, right? So if you don't want to go too deep right now, totally good with it. If you do want to go deep, go deep. I'm giving you the opportunity to put it out there.
I'll use a better word. This word can hit a lot of spots, put it that way. Security.
You're very gentle in saying that. I appreciate
very
it.
Gentle, yes.
Yeah.
But I think it does touch a lot of different points. You can kind of go to different spectrums on that one. Security is the word I would give for that. I don't know if you want me to elaborate on that. Maybe you can ask questions attached.
I think the real answer to that is I don't want you to elaborate.
Okay.
So the reality is I'm a man and we're idiots. A good assessment? No. I'm an idiot, and so are other men. She's nodding, guys. She's nodding. We make mistakes, a lot of us, and I'm paying for them. A lot of push-ups, way too many burpees, from the sofa to the bedroom. But it's real talk, and maybe we'll get to that point. That might be a little bit too deep, too early, but I think it also highlights we got stuff to work on, and there's a level of imperfection, especially on my part, that I want to at some point be able to dive into and hopefully be relatable to with the folks. And I think it's needed and deserved in a lot of ways, especially from the veteran perspective. I know a lot of, sorry, the bourbon's attacking me. I know a lot of veterans really fucking suck at this part. Excuse the language, y'all. But as an estimation point on it, like, veterans suck at this. And you've seen points of rage and idiocracy, and I think those are probably the two. You've seen moments of panic from me and anxiety, and you do a really good job of being my rock in most of those moments. Some moments I don't think any human would have that capability, but you do a really good job at it. Yeah, I think we'll dive into that eventually. Eventually, hopefully, maybe, hopefully not. I don't know. Something we're working on currently. Just so everybody's tracking, we are in couples therapy. Would it be couples therapy? I guess
counseling.
Counseling.
Yeah.
Whatever the hell it's called. We're going through different pieces of the Gottman method with our counselor, therapist, whatever. I don't have any pride attached to that. She's a therapist, y'all. We need therapy.
I literally don't. I no beef. I think it's phenomenal.
I get it, but like, why is it got to be called a count? Why she got to be called a
It's
counselor?
called couples counseling. That's what people call
It's
it.
couples therapy.
Whatever, same thing. Who cares?
I mean, yeah. I mean, you're
Like,
right.
she's an expert in her field. It's an objective opinion,
I agree.
and it gives us insight on like how to communicate, deal with conflict.
I don't want to shy away from it being therapy because therapy is a trigger word for a lot of guys and a lot of veterans. I don't want to shy away from calling it therapy because it gives them the excuse to say no to it.
Okay.
Hence why we've had that issue of you believing I didn't want to do it, me having resistance to it, and trying to optimize those things. So I don't want to shy away from calling it therapy because it truly is therapy. Beyond that, we're going through this guided method. Each week for 7 weeks, we answer several questions throughout the week. And it's different pieces about your partner. We just reviewed our, as I kick the light. It's funny how you said you were going to be the one that kicks all the tech and I kicked it. Last night, we talked about our answers from last week attached to several questions. Pick one, say the question, and say the answer.
Okay. I'll use the first one.
Wow. Cheapskate.
It's because
Taking the easy route.
no, the first one I can apply that to literally all three topics we're talking about. So it said choose one characteristic. I never choose one because could
Okay.
choose a million.
Okay.
So I make two. That's a step.
Follow directions.
You know, I'm proud of myself on that. So pick a characteristic that you absolutely love about your partner. And of course, the first two that pop in my mind is Zach's passion and Zach's humor. I see the camera's fudging me up, baby. I'm gonna talk to you. Maybe not. I don't know. We're gonna go back and forth here. We're still learning. I'm okay. So passion.
Please help.
Passion being he's literally passionate in everything. And that is something that I can relate to. I get so frustrated with at times, but I'm more than grateful for it in all times. I can actually sit back and reflect and be like, God, I love that he's so passionate about everything. And the reason why is when it comes to passion, if you don't have a passion for something, you're not going to be 9 times out of 10, you're not going to be all in. And I said something earlier, get in the trenches. You can literally do that in any field. So battlefield, he literally got in the trenches, quite literally got in the trenches with his unit. Obviously, I don't know everything. I wasn't there, but I can damn well imagine a thing or two here and there. And I got to give to him. I don't think I could have done that. So getting in the trenches there in our in business, his people. Remember the first day I ever met outside of business, he brought me into different rooms and environments, and I couldn't believe how his people, I don't want to say regarded is the right word, but just the way they looked to you, and they were so happy. It was like a proud dad, leader, mentor, everything that you are. You just had that glowing light about you, and all your people were ready to learn, just excited students in the front row. That's the way I felt when I had the very first even visual of walking into a room when it came to business. And then you carried over to the relationship. Obviously, we're not perfect humans. And if you guys have read his amazing book, The Legacy of Love, you'll know that he's got some detail about his past before me and the passion that he has poured into me, whether it be yelling at me or calmly sitting, whether it
I
be
took that really dirty for the record.
oh my God. I did not go there actually. Wow. That was good, babe. And then you know why humor is right behind it, guys. So the passion that I don't even know how to say it different. Just
poured into it.
The chivalry. I mean, that's something that's so rare these days. It's actually really fucking sad that it's rare. From opening the door, the simplest things, cooking dinner, I say simple, I mean that respectfully, but the things that we can do, whether we have nothing or everything, we can do those things. And it's always appreciated. And it goes above and beyond from a personal level to a business level and all the things outside of it, from a phone call of, hey, babe, I just got off of 87 other million things. And the first thing I thought about was you. And it's just picking up the phone and calling me. It's so appreciated. I'm so grateful. And that's the piece that I think I've learned a lot in a relationship perspective, that I can appreciate. So passion, humor, obviously you guys just heard his comment that I didn't even pick up that I said. So that pretty much explains itself.
How about that voicemail today?
God, I love that voicemail. He knew I couldn't answer the phone, guys. Called me anyway. Knew he was gonna, full expectation he was going to. I was client facing. That's like a do not disturb. I give my 100% presence to each and every client. And I think we both relate to that when it comes to the passion piece. If you're not doing that, guys, definitely recommend. Like serve your people. But left me like the funniest but also sweetest voicemail. Of course, you talked about my thunder thighs that you love so much.
I mean, that is the question of the five I'm going to talk about.
I'm sure.
Is the physical trait
Doesn't surprise me at all.
I admire you the most.
Oh my gosh.
Thick
Okay.
thighs save lives. Every guy out there recognizes.
I love you too, baby. But yeah, pretty much told me he loves me in a funny way. And that's not a shocker at all.
So I can take it back over for a second. Yes, I told her I love you. Told you I love you. Yes, I made it funny about thick thighs. One of the questions this week was, what's your favorite physical trait, characteristic, asset?
Asset. I
see what
picked
I
that
did
up.
there.
I see
You
what
like
you did
that?
there. You're such a goof. Come on.
Your thighs are amazing.
Thank you. I work so hard.
You know, you do squats, I can tell. But I want to answer the same question you answered. I think that was honestly my favorite question of the week. I was talking about a characteristic you admire about the other person. I actually just picked one.
Yikes. I know.
Yikes. Well, you're not that funny, so I can't throw humor in there.
Yeah. You got that piece on me, but you know what? Who cares?
The one that I picked, and this is, so let me put context around it for everybody listening. This is a thing you do each week to reconnect. It's essentially, maybe not reconnect is the right word. Highlight intimacy, highlight something about your partner, bring to the forefront things you cherish about your partner. Your thighs are obviously part of that. The two characteristics, not the one, is obviously.
I'm definitely not letting my parents get a hold of this podcast.
Oh, I'm gonna send it
Sorry,
to
Dad.
myself.
I'm so sorry, Dad.
Thanks, Mom. I know she got the looks from you.
Yikes.
At least I said looks, and I didn't go farther with that.
Okay, moving on.
So that was good.
That was good.
Mama, you love me. I know you do. The piece I admire the most about you, the characteristic I love about you, is your courage, your willingness to dive headfirst into everything. There's a part I've talked about on my show before. Fear is an acronym. I've talked about you in this on the show before, but I don't think you actually listen to my podcast, so you probably haven't heard it. So
I do, but I haven't listened to all 400 million.
I mean, get to it. It's only 400 hours worth of content. But fear is an acronym. False evidence appearing real. And there's so many people that can psych themselves out and convince themselves it's impossible because they have these false evidences. You have courage, and the way I define courage is that you take action in the face of fear. Not the lack of fear. It's no lack of concern. Definitely not the lack of anxiety, as we had a meltdown this week.
Yeah.
So you're feeling these things, but you still take action. I admire that courage in you because there are so few people, I'll be honest, so few women I've met that have that. I've met so many men that have that courage, most of them in the battlefield, right? Most of them in the boardroom. But in reality, how many men have that type of courage in the bedroom or in personal relationships, right? We're great at it in a capacity and we fail at it personally. The guy, you don't go ask the girl out. You don't make the move. You don't initiate the thing. You don't open the door. You don't have that level of courage to take action, even though you're scared. Right. And I think a lot of men fail at that when it matters most. And I really admire that in you because I feel like you tackle that really well. And I think you do a really good job of facing fear and overcoming it. And I think it's a very amazing attribute that you have. Asset, if you will.
There you go.
I had
Got
to,
that in peace.
you were smiling too big, so
Oh
I
my
wanted to
God, I
like
know.
draw it back in.
I'm so
Hang
glad
on.
the camera's on you.
Hang on. Oh, there it is. Oh yeah. Keep smiling. Yeah. Are you? Why are you blushing?
Oh my God, stop it. I'm hot.
Yeah, you are.
God.
See, boys, that's the trick. Get quick with the compliments.
That's true.
Get quick with the compliments.
Yeah, that's true. Make her laugh and her.
Let's
You
stop
know what
there.
happens from
Oh,
there.
look, your parents are listening.
No, they're not, babe.
Your grandma's definitely listening.
She's probably listening. I love that lady. She's gonna light
God
you
bless
up.
her. I love your grandma.
She's one of a kind.
All right. So I would say, shoot, do you have your notebook with you?
No.
Oof. Let me grab my mic. I'm gonna go off camera for a sec and hopefully not disconnect my mic. Oh gosh. Okay. So you can still hear my audio. Here's my challenge to the audience. I think this is pretty good. But to start the conversation, yes, my belt is undone and it's rattling. It's been a long day. You're lucky I have pants on, Taylor. Don't look at me like that.
I could say so much right now.
They
I'm gonna
won't
hold
be
back.
on for much longer.
Episode 1.
Anyways, there are 5 things that we reviewed, and I want to read them out and challenge the audience, challenge those listening to send us back feedback about their partner, or take one of these questions to their partner, answer it, and give us feedback on what they discussed. Sending a video to us, send a DM to one of us. But to start the conversation, I want to throw these 5 out there. What do you think?
I like it.
Do you?
Yeah, I'm with it.
We're going through the Gottman method.
I think this really applies to from the battlefield to the boardroom. Wow, yikes.
Yep.
Battlefield to boardroom.
Remember, I promoted you past secretary.
That stop it.
You're not a secretary anymore.
You guys,
Monica Lewinsky.
okay, calm down. No, it really highlights it because whether you're alone, quote unquote, feel alone, or you're in the trenches with someone, which I'm so beyond grateful I get to do this with you. It's a challenge to think about if you are in the same place as us as far as getting to do this with someone else. This is a really great way to appreciate them, and it highlights what you can do. It's a double challenge. I think you should. I'm not going to say you should.
You should.
I think it's a great way to take on 2 challenges and 2 actions, and I think it could really help where you're at individually and in a relationship.
So I'm going to take over for the next 2.5 minutes because my computer's at 6%.
Okay.
And we're about to lose this recording. So my bad, guys. We have a camera and tech and all the things. So I'm going to read these things, 5 things. We challenge you.
There you go.
To go take it to a partner. Do one of these back and forth. Both get answers. Give us feedback. The first one is I am genuinely fond of my partner. List 1 characteristic you find endearing or lovable. And the goal is write it down, think on it, journal it, script it, whatever you're doing. And tell your partner about it and have your partner do the same. So set the context. Hey, this is what I'm going to do. I would appreciate, I think is the best way to frame it. I appreciate if you'd answer this for me as well. So that's the first one. Second one, I can easily speak of the good times in our relationship. Pick 1 good time and write a paragraph about it. Shotgun and beers. The third one, I can easily remember romantic special times in our relationship. Pick one such time and think about it. Shotgun and beers. There have been so many. That's episode 2. The fourth one, and my favorite, I'm physically attracted to my partner. Think of one physical attribute you like. Thick thighs, boys. And the fifth one, my partner has specific qualities that make me proud. Write down one characteristic that makes you proud. So, a big piece of those 5 things. I'm going to keep it short because we are running on battery power and about to die. The big piece of that, talk about those 5 things with your partner. Take it over a date night. One of those, pick one, do all 5, notate it, give us feedback, let us know how you reacted, how they reacted. If they're willing to answer the things, I don't know where it may go. Could lead really into the bedroom, literally, or it could lead away from the bedroom and it could create a sensitive spot. So I definitely don't want to trigger any bad relationships or bad moments with the relationship. But I think these questions were honestly enjoyable for me to
Definitely.
answer. I kept it to the stated directions of one thing. So we'll work on it.
Sorry.
Oh yeah.
You're
I
just so
can't.
great, baby.
I know. Humorous and bald. It's great.
But moments of gratitude, really.
Yeah. Yeah. And remembrance, because too often we remember the bad stuff.
Yeah.
And
Positive perspective.
positive perspective.
Yeah.
Sorry, the bourbon. We had to take the nerve off, guys, so we had to chug a half a bottle.
Oh my God, no, we didn't, babe.
No, it was
Had
like
like a
3
sip.
shots, whatever. So I'm going to shift this to close out. A little bit different. Connect with me, Zack A. Knight, across all social media, my website. I literally have zackknight.com. Everything's attached. I'm going to do a little bit something different to send it off. Why are you reaching for medication?
I'm not.
What was that?
I'm just reaching for something.
What were you reaching for?
Nothing.
You going to write a note to me?
Babe, the computer's about to die.
Yeah, that's so true, y'all. It's like teetering. So Zack A. Knight across all social media. My website takes you to all those links. Hit me up. If you're a dude, you want to feedback, you want to talk, I'm there. Especially if you're a veteran. This is so important. First responder, been there, done that. Totally get the compartmentalization and the ruined marriages that happen through that world. If you're a woman that wants a perspective from a man, a very real and raw perspective, I'm good at that. Too good sometimes. Hit me up. Let me know. I'd love the feedback attached to everything we've talked about. But I want to send it off with you. Give your handle one more time. Let people know how they can directly reach out to you about those same things, male, female, whichever. And then close us out with a motivational, inspirational something, word of wisdom to say goodnight.
You can follow me at daddytayfit _ DTF or Daddy Tay Fitness. Look me up. It's the first 2 on the drop down. That's Instagram. Otherwise, look up my name, Taylor Merritt. I'm excited to be able to connect with you. I challenge you to the same questions. Feedback.
We already talked about that. Is our challenge to them.
Yeah. Okay. Got it. Thank you for that.
One last thing. Yeah, that's all.
But I soak in a lot more positive perspective and think about those questions of having gratitude for your person, your partner. Think about them about yourself and what you've done over the course of maybe the last 6 months to a year. Learn to appreciate yourself, because I think that really carries over into your relationship and everything around you. Do it because you get to, is really my takeaway.